typically during Thanksgiving, you got the first game is usually the Detroit Lions. The second game is usually the Cowboys. And then you have whatever the night game is going to be on the nightcap, right? You get those 3 games. The Dallas Cowboys, in all honesty, should be off of Thanksgiving this year. What's going on? It's Keyshawn, and we got another episode of All Facts and No Breaks. But before we get going, I want to remind all of you to follow All Facts Pod on social media or wherever you get your podcast. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Need to hit 100,000 subscribers. It's almost Thanksgiving. Imagine that. We get to eat.
What are we doing?
Sleep.
Are we going to the Schwartz's again?
We will be traveling to friends' houses again. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
This time, though, around typically during Thanksgiving, you got the first game is usually the Detroit Lions. The second game is usually the Cowboys. And then you have whatever the night game is going to be on the nightcap, right? You get those 3 games. The Dallas Cowboys, in all honesty, should be off of Thanksgiving this year. Done.
It's like a tradition.
So. No, yeah, it is. But so what happens is in the mornings, people usually start to prep in the middle of the night, early into the morning. Then you start to put on certain foods, slow cooking, so you could eat right around halftime of the Dallas Cowboys game.
Mm-hmm.
They should switch the Cowboys and the Detroit Lions and put the Detroit Lions as the second game and the Cowboys as the first game while you prepping and cooking, because that used to be background noise.
When do the Lions play this week? I mean, next week.
They wind up playing Chicago. They play
I'm
Chicago.
Saying when? Like what time?
They play in the morning time.
Oh,
they play in the morning time this week on Thursday. But that's usually prep time. So nobody's really paying attention to the Lions game, waiting on the Dallas Cowboys to come on.
Right.
Because Dallas is so awful, they should just switch it.
Yeah. Well, you played in 2 Thanksgiving games for the Cowboys. I remember against the Bears and the Broncos. It was for the Bears, you had 6 catches, 58 yards. It was Vinny Testaverde. Do you remember any of those games? Do you remember prepping for it?
Vinny played in the game against Chicago Bears, but Drew Henson, I think, took over.
Yeah.
Drew Henson
21-7 win.
Yeah, I think we won barely or something, probably.
And then the other one was Broncos 24-21 overtime loss. You remember that?
Yeah. I scored in that game.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Bledsoe was the quarterback.
Bledsoe was a QB. It was fun. I mean, do
you remember what time it was at? Because I don't.
It was no, you was young. It was in the middle. It was in the middle of the day. It was middle of the day.
We ended up probably.
We had, obviously the family, my mom, everybody was out there, but we ate in our box because we had a box we obviously had a box. So we ate the stadium catering Thanksgiving food, dry turkey, bland food, dry ass.
Not memorable.
Yeah, what it was.
Not memorable.
It was stadium Thanksgiving food. But then we had food back at the house. But that was, that was what it was. So I remember that.
Well, what is it? Well, let me ask this: would you rather play on Thanksgiving or like a Christmas? Like what holiday would you rather play on?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Christmas. I don't want to play on Christmas
because they're having Christmas now this year.
I don't want to
compete with the NBA.
No, but the NBA wasn't playing back then.
I'm saying to try to compete with the NBA. I think that's what they're doing this year, right?
More people will probably watch the NFL than the NBA. Certain games.
Why do you think that?
Just the number one sport in America.
Yeah,
I mean it's the number one sport. I mean basketball is cool, but basketball is really an individual player sport and a regional sport. Like, I don't care about the Indiana Pacers. I could care less. It's almost like baseball. Like, people going to watch the Celtics, the Knicks, the Lakers. Those are the 3 teams that you could probably get people to sit down on Christmas Day. But the problem with Christmas is you won't be able to enjoy it because in Christmas Eve, you're going to have to be at the hotel. And then on Christmas, you play. Christmas Eve, you usually getting fucked up, drinking some type of brandy and eggnog all through the night, into the morning before you lay down, wake up, take care of the presents underneath the tree with the kids.
Right.
So you don't have that opportunity to do that if you plan on Christmas.
So what are you cooking this year for Thanksgiving? What we got?
Oh, what am I cooking? Well, the number one thing will be macaroni and cheese. That'll be the number one.
I will admit that your macaroni and cheese is elite.
Pretty much everything I cook is elite. But the mac and cheese will be the number one. I'll do a full salmon on a cedar plank board with jumbo shrimp around it and chopped lobster bites with
oh, look, we got you.
Oh, that's just that's just something, that's just something
light.
I don't know what that is right there. That's a little wine. We got a little mac and cheese. We got some yams. Look, I got some Brussels sprouts, some cauliflower, some broccoli, maybe a little bit of turkey, some ham, some brisket, some more turkey. I got my wine. I got my cranberry sauce. I got my potato salad. And obviously, I got to have my Red Rooster. You see that? I got to have the Red Rooster hot sauce.
That's the only one.
Yeah, if you ain't got the Red Rooster hot sauce, you tripping. One. But so I'm gonna have, so I'll cook the salmon on a cedar plank. I'll throw it in the pizza oven. So I get the wood smoke. I'll have lobster bites along with jumbo shrimp around it. I'll take the jalapeno avocado puree salsa and drizzle it all on the top.
Look.
And then I'll take the cilantro to give it some color.
Okay.
Little light minced cilantro, drop it around, give it some color. Yeah, so that, obviously some yams. I may make some sort of potato dish, maybe some creamy, cheesy potato scallops. Okay. Most likely that's what I'll do. What else will I put together? I'm not going to do any beef because I'm sure Susie will do a brisket. And then I'll probably make some sort of salad. I'll probably do a Brussels sprout, pomegranate. I got to figure out if it's pomegranate season, but I'll probably do a pomegranate
turkey maybe
season. I never really make turkey though. So I usually cut it up.
This is a video I have.
No, this is in mine though. That's not mine. That's Jeff's. That's Susie's brother's Jeff's.
So why do they need you to cut it? I'm confused.
Because it's 4 turkeys there.
Okay.
There's a smoked turkey, a regular turkey, a fried turkey, and then I want to say I know there's a smoke, there's a regular, and there's a fry. So it may only be 3 turkeys that's there. So we're cutting them, and he's cutting them, and I'm cutting them to get it out on the platter so we can put everything out. Okay. And then on cranberry sauce, I don't make cranberry sauce, but I'll have my ocean spray. I have my ocean spray brought out the can so I can slice it the way it needs to be. Ain't no fucking pumpkin pies. Yeah, we're not doing that.
One of our producers loves pumpkin. Pumpkin pie.
White people eat pumpkin pie.
Yeah, she brought it to.
She white.
One of the functions.
She 100% white. I mean, you don't have to tell me.
Like,
when I was at ESPN, we asked somebody what would they prefer, and I said she gonna 100% pumpkin pie.
Yeah,
and she was like, pumpkin pie is the best.
Love it.
I looked at her, I was like, yeah, we won't have any marshmallows on top of no damn yams. We're not doing no
bread
souffles, no breadcrumbs. No, we not. That's not how we get out, Keyshawn. It's just not. It's a cultural thing, It's how you raise. It's cultural. You know what I'm gonna make again? I'm gonna make a ham, because a lot of people go out and they buy the honey bake.
Yeah,
but I do all mine at the crib, as you can see. I'll get the ham because I learned it from mother. I can put the pineapples and put the maple. I could do it all with the brown sugar.
Ooh.
And slice it up and do. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. That'll be my other
What is your favorite dish, like, out of everything that you just talked about?
Well, I mean, it's all good. So I would say just depends on what I really want.
Okay, well, Micah Parsons has a top 5 Thanksgiving things. Let's take a listen to it.
Thanksgiving is coming up. Oh, this is one of my favorite holidays. If I had to give my top 5 favorite sides, 5 would probably be my stuffing. You got to put stuffing / gravy. Yes, there we go. Number 4, I like turkey with the yam juice, right? Number 3 for me, the cream corn. When you have a delicious cream corn, oh man, oh man. Number 2, collard greens and hot sauce. If you don't got collard greens in your plate, like true ghetto out the South, uptown vibe collard greens with red hot, I can't even come to your Thanksgiving. Like, come on. Number 1, this is what gets the mac and cheese with the yams. And you got to put it together for the combination. If your mac and yams aren't together, I question you.
Yeah, I don't know what he means if they together. I'm not putting them together. I'm not mixing them, but maybe he means on the plate.
I'm the type of person that like.
Yeah, I need to separate. You see my plate? I had shit
perfectly
I don't separated.
Like
I don't need nothing running together.
I don't like that.
But he has a point. If you don't have the collard greens, ain't right. I can't make collard greens. I have to get my sister to make them. So Sandra makes them, and she can bring. Because I can't do it. They come out messed up. But the collard greens got to be right. Yeah. They got to be on point. It ain't got to be ghetto and all that, but they got to be on point with the smoked turkey in it. Oh man, with the chili. I understand what he's saying. He's saying that the red chili, but you can't put the red chili in it because if kids want it, you don't want to burn them up. But you got to have a smoked turkey in it, right? And if somebody don't eat meat, you just separate. You make a separate pot with the greens, and you don't have to worry about that. So you got 2 pots. You got the smoked turkey and you got the normal. But with that, you got to have a sliced beefsteak tomatoes with the fire, like I'm talking about the fire Maui white onions on the side. Oh my goodness.
This is such a big back episode.
That's just bullshit. That ain't mine. I'm talking about I'm ready to cook. Don't forget these. Max Kellerman, Jay Will, Travis Rogers.
You're trying to be funny.
I'm being funny. That's the funny part right there. It's 3 of them dudes on there white.
Yeah.
So I'm letting them know that they getting canned greens, canned yams. Who the hell eat canned greens and canned yams? I understand there's people out there that eat it because it's affordable, but come on, seriously?
Yeah.
Jay Will. I forgot all about that.
Do you agree with this top 5 though, Micah Parsons? I think he had stuffing, collard green,
the stuffing,
yams with turkey.
Okay, so when you start talking about stuffing, it's a different. Stuffing is placed inside the turkey, the cavity of the turkey. That's the stuffing part of it. You typically don't eat that, but I understand what he's saying. The dressing is separate to the side.
Dressing, yeah.
Yeah, with the cornbread along with breadcrumbs that you make. You don't buy no fucking stovetop stuffing. You could buy stovetop to mix into everything else. Again, my mom makes that stuff. When my mom passed away, Sandra passed it on to Sandra and Lynn. They make that because that's, for me, that's too difficult for me to be sitting there and making all the time. Because you got to, number 1, you got to toast your bread. Number 2, you got to make cornbread separately. You got to make all this cornbread separately, which I may make hot water cornbread this year. I may fuck the Swartzes up with the hot water cornbread because I don't think they ever had that. They you know how I go.
Yeah,
it's so much food. We be having so much food, but it's fun.
My question is,
but his list is cool.
Okay,
but he ain't got no cocktails on there though now. So you got to have wine. You got to have the fire Mahenta tequila. You know, you got to have it. You got to have it because you're gonna be drinking all day, and we don't typically eat till 5 o'clock. That's typically when we eat, 5, 6 o'clock.
Maybe like a little here and there, but like
but those are the nuts and grapes,
the cheese board,
the cheese board. What is it, charcuterie board? Yeah, we got all that type of stuff.
So we all love like leftovers.
Yeah.
When do you think it's time to get rid of them?
Man, I usually go. So Thanksgiving's on Thursday. It's gone by Sunday.
I disagree.
No, it's gone by, unless I freeze.
Give it like 5 days.
No, it's gone by Sunday. It ain't in my refrigerator by Sunday. By Saturday, it's probably thrown in the trash. If it's some sort of meat, I'll usually freeze it, put it in the freezer. But and I usually would, my mac and cheese, I'll cut a nice piece out, freeze that. But the meats, it depends on what meat I have. I'll freeze it. And other than that, everything else got to go in the trash.
I think you could get away with like
No, you can if you
5
want it, but I
days.
don't need
for
5
like
days.
a week. It's
You
after, like,
live
a
by
week,
yourself.
Yeah.
You got a house with 2 pans and all that, so you different.
Yeah.
Me at home, I eat it
Yeah,
Thursday.
you don't need
I
leftovers.
might run it back again on Sunday or something like that while I'm watching football. But then after that, it's got to go in the trash. It's got to go in the trash. You can't, nah.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So have you seen those "What table are you sitting at" memes? It's basically just
No, what is that?
So it's just 4 or 5 people that you would sit at the table for Thanksgiving. We're pretty much gonna say who would you rather sit at the table.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check
I
them
haven't
out.
seen a meme.
Our
but-
producers. So we got Jalen Hurts, Bill Belichick, George Kittle, CeeDee Lamb at 1. We got Andy Reid, Joe Burrow, Myles Garrett, Saquon Barkley at 2. TJ Watt, Christian McCaffrey, Jameis Winston, Patrick Mahomes at 3. Table 4, we have Lamar Jackson, Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons, Max Crosby. Table 5, we have Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Keon Coleman, and Aaron Rodgers, which is the one I would be at probably. And then table 6, Dan Campbell, A.J. Brown, Josh Allen, Travis Kelce.
I'll probably fool with 4 because I'm going to be laughing. I could get some laughs out of Lamar. I can get some laughs out of Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons. I could get some laughs and Max Crosby. I'll probably do table 4. I ain't fucking with table 3. Table 1 be uncomfortable because Belichick's sitting there. I don't want to
Table
do
5, you're not trying to chill Aaron Rodgers?
No, because he weird though. Aaron Rodgers is he cool. Tyreek,
That's
cool.
someone I'd want to sit at a table and
Justin
talk
Jefferson
to.
is cool, but I don't know Keon Coleman at all.
He's funny.
Aaron Rodgers, I guess nah.
Nah,
I'm gonna do 4. Table 4 is probably the one. Table 4 is the
table
one.
6, you're not rocking with Travis Kelce. Maybe Taylor Swift would be there. You don't like Taylor Swift?
No, it's not the. No, I don't know anything about Taylor Swift. I couldn't tell you a song if I heard it today.
22.
Or tomorrow.
Song.
Nah, I know Dan. I played with Dan.
Yeah.
A.J. Brown kind of
Dallas,
quiet.
right?
Josh Allen, I wouldn't be interested in.
He's from Fresno.
Travis Kelce is cool. He's like a brother to me. When I say brother, I mean like a black kid. Like that's how he roll. He roll like a brother.
Oh,
Not his dating history.
I'm saying he used to.
No, I'm talking about just his style. Like his style, he totally different than his brother. Jason
I know.
Kelce and Travis are like total opposites in terms of when they walk into a room for me.
Mhm.
Like, for me, Travis. But table 5 for sure. For sure, table 5. Table 4. For sure, 1,000%. I can't Andy Reid, Joe nah. 2 is way off the charts.
Okay.
But 1 seemed like it'd be a real problem because Belichick is there.
You don't want any problems. All right. Well, let's switch gears to a hot topic in NFL right now. It's head coaches. So Adam Schefter predicts that no less than 7 NFL head coaches jobs will be open by 2024. At the time of this recording, there's been 2 people fired so far, Robert Saleh and Dennis Allen. Who do you think is next?
So Robert Saleh, Dennis Allen is done. You'll probably get the Cleveland. Stefanski might get it. That'll be 3. Mike McCarthy will get it. That's 4. Doug Peterson will get it. It's 5 in Jacksonville. Maybe Brian Daboll will get it with the Giants. Could be 6.
AP?
No, the AP ain't. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. AP, nah. Not at all. That's 6. I'm trying to think of the 7th. It's always a wild card, though.
Did you say Stefanski?
Yeah. But there's always a shocker. You know?
Well, these are the odds. We got
I hit Stefanski. Todd Bowles ain't getting it.
Eberflus.
Zach Taylor, maybe. Steichen not getting it. Gerard Mayo not getting it. Mike McCarthy getting it. Brian Daboll
This
might
is the
get it.
next head coach. The next one.
Who will be the next NFL? Oh, the next one getting hit.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson will be the next one getting hit.
Really?
Yeah, 1,000%. Bet.
Bet.
Yeah, you're going to go spend all your money betting, too.
Nah, but why do you think that? You think
just
they had really
They just
good?
got blew out by Detroit.
Yeah, they got smacked.
They have a bye week. I think their bye is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So you usually get hit during the bye. He's the next one to go. They talking about him right now.
So who's the coach of the year? How about, since we're talking about low, who's the high? coach of the year right now?
Man, I just thought about the coach of the year just the other day. Coach of the year, coach of the year, coach of the year, coach of the year.
Mike Tomlin, maybe?
No, 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 no. Somebody, I just had it. I just talked
Dan
about it.
Campbell,
No,
Dan Quinn, Jim
it'll probably
Harbaugh,
be Jim Harbaugh,
Kevin O'Connell, Vikings. No?
Sean Payton,
Really? Over?
Dan Quinn.
Okay, Dan Quinn.
Those would be my three guesses right there. Those would be the three guesses. It would have been Andy Reid, but they lost. Dan Quinn wasn't expecting
One
nothing.
loss?
Yeah, but he got to go undefeated. If Dan Quinn, you wasn't expecting nothing. They rolling. You wasn't expecting anything out of Sean Payton. They rolling. So when you look at that, those teams, nobody even, it's like nobody even thought about that. Think about Kevin Stefanski won it last year when DeMeco Ryan should have won it. Now Kevin Stefanski's ass is on the hot seat.
Crazy. That's NFL head coaches, right? You don't think Mike Tomlin deserves maybe a look at it? I mean,
Yeah,
he's
but
dealing
Mike
with two
Tomlin, that's
quarterbacks.
every single year, though. He going to win 9 games, 8, 9, 10 games, 11 games every single year. I mean, his teams are always – he's never had a losing season since he's been in Pittsburgh as a head coach.
Okay, well, speaking of coaches, Ray Lewis, there's been news that he might be the coach for FAU. Do you think that's something that Deion impacted, maybe?
For sure, he impacted it. It's the Deion effect. Smart athletic directors and presidents of universities will start to look at players, ex-players that can resonate with the youth. The social media, the glitz and the glamour, the things that y'all like that, that could help y'all advance in life. You could talk to people. The old, stale, crispy coach that they keep microwaving over and over and over again is not penetrating the brains of the student athlete the way that the Deion Sanders and the Ray Lewises have been able to do. Ray Lewis has never coached, but that doesn't mean anything. Long as you surround yourself with the right people, Ray Lewis could dominate the state of Florida in terms of recruiting, and I think they're looking at that and saying he could do it. Different than Deion. Deion is across the country, Colorado, bigger school. His brand is bigger than Ray Lewis. But in the state of Florida, them kids down there, they love Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis is an icon in the state of Florida. He went to the University of Miami. I don't see why FAU wouldn't really seriously consider it.
You know what's crazy, though? We're talking about Deion.
Imagine if I coached USC. Imagine if I said, I want to coach college football and I want to coach USC. You don't think that I could put a staff around me and execute it the same?
No, absolutely. The same thing with like 7-on-7. When we had the 7-on-7 team, you get 5 stars all the time, and then you go
it's not
win a championship. But it's different
because they trust me.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I look in their eyes, I'm not gonna sit up and be lying to them and playing bullshit games with them. And when I tell their parents that they're gonna graduate from school, they're gonna graduate from school. And I tell their parents they're gonna have an opportunity to go to the National Football League. You're going to put them in position to have an opportunity, just like when I coached the 7-on-7. You're going to put them in a position to have the opportunity to get scholarships. It's the same thing.
Yeah, no,
that's all it is. What happens with a lot of coaches, they sit up and they lie to people. Then they get found out. Then it becomes a game. Well, that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Not that I want to coach. I don't want to coach. But if our athletic directors in these Power 5 schools could think outside the goddamn box sometimes.
And you trust someone that actually played the game more than anything.
Absolutely. What you gonna tell Ray Lewis?
Right.
You gonna tell Ray Lewis that he didn't coach the defense of the Baltimore Ravens when he was there for whatever it was, 18 years?
I don't know how long.
Yeah, he was the leader of the defense. That's a coach. I should throw my hat in the ring. My boy Deshaun doing good at UCLA. UCLA. He doing good.
No, but I was watching the BYU game, and there was like a poll or like a ranking that said Deion Sanders out of the whole Big 12 was 15th out of 16th of the head coaches. And they had Kyle, the guy on Utah, as first. How do you feel about that?
15th
out of 16
coaches. Like what were they saying?
They were saying the coaching rankings. And
then people don't know what the hell they talking about. They just talking.
Yeah.
They don't like Deion because Deion's personality. He got flash. I can't listen to outside noise when it comes to talking about Deion. He's won everywhere he's been, whether it was in high school in Texas, whether it was at Jackson State in Mississippi, or whether it's at Colorado where they're sitting at 8-2 and they go to Kansas. They play Oklahoma State this week, and you look up, and this team is just marching.
And BYU just lost, so
Why you lost? Don't nobody care about them.
it's
man.
crazy.
Whatever.
So do you think he's the contender for Coach of the Year now?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He's the coach of the year. There's nothing to talk about.
it's gonna be a lot of awards in Colorado.
The college football award show. It's gonna be all Colorado. It better be. If it's not, that's hate. This episode of All Facts No Breaks is presented by Color Guard. As my listeners may know, a few of my family and close friends have undergone battles with various forms of cancer. So increasing awareness around the importance of cancer screenings is very personal to me. And on that note, today I want to tell you about the Color Guard test, which is a great use at-home option to screen for colon cancer. The Color Guard test is one-of-a-kind way to feel more in control of your colon cancer screenings through a prescription-based test with none of the prep that's required in a colonoscopy. It is the only FDA-approved non-invasive screening test that looks for both altered DNA and blood in your stool. What I want my listeners to know is that colon cancer screenings are crucial for early detection because many patients with early-stage colon cancers have no symptoms at all and are diagnosed through a preventative screenings. And for my listeners in their late 40s who think this doesn't apply to them, guess what? The American Cancer Society recommends that if you are at average risk, you begin screening for colon cancers at age 45. We're not talking 50 or 55 here, people. When it comes to staying on top of your health, the time is now. Plus, the Cologuard test doesn't just offer convenience and ease of use, it's also affordable. Most insured patients pay $0 with zero downtime, no special preparation, and use at home screening tests that deliver right to your door. It's delivered right to your door. There's no reason that we should let our health take a back seat. What are we waiting for? So if you're 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a Cologuard prescription through a telehealth provider today at Cologuard.com/podcast. The Cologuard test is intended to screen adults 45 and older at average risk for colorectal cancer. Do not use Cologuard test if you have had an anomalous, have inflammatory bowel disease, and certain hereditary syndromes, or a person or family history of colorectal cancer. The Cologuard test is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Cologuard test performance in adults ages 45 to 49 is estimated based on a large clinical study of patients 50 and older. False positives and false negatives can occur. Cologuard is available by prescription only.
Fun fact, the Lions have been playing Thanksgiving every year since 1934, with the exception of the 1939 to 1945 seasons due to the Great Depression and World War II. The Cowboys have been doing it since 1966. So we got the Bears at the Lions. Do you think this is just going to be a free win for the Lions? Just a quick layup?
Yeah, they're going to lay that right on up, keep it moving. They'll be eating at halftime.
Like, just easy, buddy.
Yeah, the Lions are gonna eat the Bears. Ooh, that was a good one. Lions eat Bears. That's a good one.
Are you surprised that Eberflus hasn't been fired yet?
Nah, they're gonna let him run the
whole year.
Let him run the course. They may bring him back. Who knows? Chicago's kind of weird.
So then we got the Giants at Cowboys. Who you got? It's a mid fest.
You know, I'm gonna take the Cowboys in this one. I can't see where DeVito.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you feel about that?
DeVito, I can't see where DeVito's gonna go into Texas and beat the Cowboys in Jerry's World on Thanksgiving. I just can't. I can't see it.
How did he go from a third string to a first string?
Because they don't want to pay Daniel Jones. He played last year. He's 3-3. He started off at
But the other guy, the second string.
Yeah, but he played last year. So they just leapfrog you, and that's what they do. That's what happens, though, a lot of times in the NFL. Just because you're number 2 on the depth chart doesn't mean you're number 2 on the depth chart. Let's say, for instance, the left corner.
I'd be sick if I was Drew.
Just think about it. The left corner on the depth chart is number 2 behind whoever. And the number 1 guy gets hurt at the left corner, and you automatically think that you moving up because you're number 2 on the depth chart. That doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. They may take the nickel and slide him out there. They may take a safety and move him to there.
And then Trey Lance. Why do you think they're not letting Trey Lance?
Trey Lance can't play right now, man.
Neither can Cooper Rush. Did we just see
but
what
Cooper Rush played before? He
I
played. Trey Lance will eventually get his action. If this game is one of those games where the Cowboys will wind up losing, I'm looking forward to seeing Trey Lance in the second half.
And did you know the tickets are $40 right now for
That's
Thanksgiving
cheap
game in
seats,
Cowboys?
probably.
Still,
Cheap
Cowboys.
seats. You unscrewing the light bulb, son.
Even a good, it should
You
be more for
unscrewing the
Thanksgiving.
light
For
bulb.
Thanksgiving though, it should be
No,
more.
you
I feel
unscrewing
like.
the light bulbs. You sitting up there at the top near the lights.
So then we got Dolphins, Packers at Packers. Who you got?
I'm taking the Packers. It should be cold in Green Bay. Miami is playing better with Tua at the quarterback position, but Green Bay Packers are a better overall football team, and they're at home, and it'll be cold.
So I guess the game will be the first meeting between the two teams since the Packers won on Christmas Day in 2022. So you still think it's going to be the same?
That doesn't mean anything. It's the weather, warm weather, South Florida team going to Milwaukee. To Green Bay, Wisconsin. And it'll be a little fall weather at Green Bay, and Jordan Love are playing good football.
I think it's a must-win for the Dolphins, but do you think their
It's a
season?
must-win for
do you
both
think
of
the
them.
season's over? But because their division,
they put themselves
pretty
behind
bad.
when Tua got hurt. They behind the 8 ball right now.
Yeah. Okay, so we also have the Raiders Chiefs for the primetime game.
Chiefs.
Black Friday. You got the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I think
It's a wrap.
They're like nothing, just easy money.
It's a wrap. It's easy money.
I mean, they
Chiefs
upset
mad,
them. They
they
upset them
lost.
last year.
Yeah, but this is a different Raider team than last year. This is a different Raider team. This Raider team is not good. AP and Telesco, the general manager, they're going to have to overhaul the roster. That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to overhaul the roster and get some players in there to help them win.
Have you seen Shador's tweets every time they lose? He does like a thank God.
Oh, no, I don't. Now, why would I see Shador's tweets?
Maybe you see him, but
No.
you think that he'll get drafted there? Think they're trying to get him?
I don't know where they pick. I don't know where
They're
pick.
probably gonna be top
Yeah,
5.
they wanted to get Jaden Daniels last year, but they had to get up to get him at number 2. They would have had to give away the next couple years of drafts, and clearly they didn't want to do it. So they're going to be in the market for a quarterback for sure.
Okay, so we got more call Keyshawn's. We got 4, I think, today. Let's take a listen.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Keyshawn. Leave your name, where you from, and let us know how you feeling or what you want to know or talk about, okay? Keep it under 30 damn seconds, too. And don't be all that craziness. Just talk clean and clear. Okay, bye. Man, so here's the number, 915-295-3228. That's right, 915-295-FACT. That FACT is 3228. So dial in. Leave your message, like I said, but don't leave it 30 seconds or so, but don't get on there talking reckless and crazy, because then we won't be able to accept you. Let's take a listen to the first caller.
What's going on, King? It's your main man, Big Smitty from Indianapolis, Indiana, Nat Town. Now, listen, word on the street is you throw down in the kitchen. You were a great football player. You could play baseball. So tell us this. What is one thing that Keyshawn Johnson can't do? What have you struggled with? And keep it real. All right, then, King. Peace.
He
I
said
know
one
one
thing I
thing.
can't do.
Yeah.
I can't swim. That's not
That's
that's not a
swim.
secret.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with the water.
at all.
I can't
It's so
swim.
funny watching you next to water, bro.
Nah. No, but next to water, I don't have a problem. Next to the water.
No, but like, I don't know, like watching London in Vance, like when there's one time where
Y'all are privileged.
you'll be like this in the
Y'all
water
are
at 4 feet
privileged.
scared.
Y'all grew up privileged kids with swimming pools in y'all every single house, or somebody in our family had a swimming pool. When I was growing up, we had to go and pay at the Exposition Park, which is the local swimming pool for the community. My older siblings wouldn't take me because they wasn't able to go into the deep end because they would have to watch me. So they wouldn't, Sandra and them and Kim and them wouldn't, they used to fight, dude. They used to really fight.
Like, bro, nobody,
Like
he's
fight
not coming
because
with us.
he ain't coming with
Yeah.
us and he ain't coming and I ain't, you know how they are. They didn't want to take me.
Mhm.
So I would be left at home. Then as I got a little bit older, this guy who played at USC, a football player named John Demerjian. John Demerjian was a backup quarterback from Palos Verdes. And I was a kid. I might have been 9 years old, maybe. He was in the apartment building, lived because we lived near USC. He fucking threw me in the pool thinking it was funny.
Oh. Trauma.
And his other teammates, they was about to beat the shit out of him for doing that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I swear to God. So but I get on the jet skis. I done been on the jet skis with the life vest on and
double life vest.
Yeah, double life vest, but I need to see the clearness on the water.
Yeah.
I need to see what's around my feet. All of those sort of things.
I don't really like open water.
No, man, look, let me tell you. I was this morning, matter of fact, this morning I was on my phone just reading through news and stuff like that. And there's a massive sinkhole in a part of Mexico that it's water, but it's a sinkhole. And they were saying that the scientists, they don't know what's down there. And I was thinking to myself, why the fuck would you want to go down there anyway?
Yeah.
Anyway, why would you even want to be?
The oceans, yeah, we haven't.
I'm not dealing.
Yeah, like
Keyshawn,
85-90% we haven't discovered. It's crazy.
I'm not going past the wall.
Yeah.
I know you. The moment that it gets to my waist, I'm turning around.
Yeah, you got the
I'm turning around.
life vest on.
You sitting over there laughing. You don't understand, man. The moment that I get past my waist, I'm done. It's over. Now I get in a swimming pool that I can walk. I can swim in a pool from one end to the next. I can swim in a pool from one end to the next. But if that end is deeper than 6 feet, I'm not going past that.
All of our pools have never been past 6 feet. That's what I have noticed.
What do they need to be deep for?
Oh,
it's a swimming pool in the backyard.
See,
I'm not building a pool past 6 feet.
See, I remember Granny had
like 6.5.
Granny had like a 8 or 9 foot one that I always loved, but ours was always like low, so we couldn't jump it. We couldn't dive.
Was probably 8 on the deep end,
but we could dive. Yeah,
because of the slide.
Exactly.
But y'all are young.
Ours
and small at the time.
It's like a workout pool for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the hell do you need a deep pool for? I don't understand. Where you think this Greg Louganis? We're not diving off the top of the damn
we were trying
house.
To do, yeah. All right, another one more call, or we have 3 more?
Number 2. Yeah. Caller number 2.
Hello, my name is George. I come from a town called La Puente. It's a city in Los Angeles County. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I have a question for Keyshawn. Before I do commence, I just want to say I've been a fan, always been a fan. I think you're great with analytics and all. There's a lot of things I do contest. But my question is, as a football fan, do you think it's important for someone in order to get more involved with the actual plays that go on, in order for me to study the actual plays? Does it perhaps make it more exciting? Anything you have to recommend a fan to get more involved? What can we do besides just know the players? You know what I mean? Let me know.
Okay, let me see if I can.
I think he's asking, like, how does he get more involved into the game? Like, he's not really knowing too much, but he wants to learn more about the game. How can he?
Well, there's plenty of books that's out there to purchase, but you listen to smart people like me that knows football, okay? And you listen to me. I'm not going to tell you anything wrong. I understand he says some things he doesn't agree with, but he doesn't agree with it because it's against what he thinks, opposed to what the reality of it is. But you listen to people, you watch a lot of football. That's how you learn. You just watch a lot. College, high school, pros. There are books that are out there.
And you mentioned learning plays. I think knowing the plays too and knowing routes and stuff is something.
But it's so hard.
It makes it more fun.
It's so hard to, if you didn't play.
Yeah, I
it's
get
just
that.
Trying to figure out what a person is actually supposed to be doing. Even people that call games that never played and they're calling the game. Sometimes you look at you sit there, go, man.
Yeah, that's why Romo's so good at it. Right?
Just don't say anything. Why don't you just be quiet right now? Because that's not what happened.
Right.
And so it's tough. If you didn't play, it's tough to understand the combinations of it if you did not play. Okay. If you're coaching and did not play, that's a different thing because you're learning and you've learned and you studied the concepts and things of that nature. But if you're not in it, it's going to be hard to understand.
Okay. Caller 3.
What's up, Keyshawn? This is Brian from New Jersey. The Eagles are undefeated since Nick Sirianni shaved his head. Do you believe in NFL superstitions?
No, I don't believe in NFL superstitions. I didn't even know Nick Sirianni shaved his head. I didn't know that. That's a shocker to me. No,
You're
I don't
not a
believe
superstitious person?
Oh,
No.
what the fuck
is
they
what
got
it
to do
is.
with you winning or losing or playing good or bad?
I don't know. A lot of people like bet on stuff like
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
a lot of people that say there's UFOs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're UFOs. Woo, yeah. A lot of people say we're aliens. I get it. Whatever. I know. UFO just passed a military plane in the air the other day. Okay.
I'm sure you had something that
No,
before
it wasn't
you're like,
superstitious. I mean, if you think listening to Tupac and Biggie riding to the game is superstitious, no, that's just something that I got my mind right. If you think me driving to the games, because y'all really never drove to you might have drove once or twice, maybe a handful of times to the game, but for the most part, I would go to the games by myself.
yeah.
That's not superstitious. I just want to be in a car driving by myself, so I can think.
I got you. Okay, last caller.
Not like chewing bubble gum and putting it on the bottom of my shoe and
Yeah, or
all
doing
that weird
something
stuff.
every time. All right, last caller.
Hey, Keyshawn, Scott from Philadelphia. What is it where these coaches, with a game that's totally out of hand, either way, they keep their star players in? Example, Tampa Bay is getting killed, and they keep Chris Godwin in the game, and he ends up getting hurt and out for the season. Same the other night, Houston on the other side are killing Dallas. No way they're going to lose, and they keep Joe Mixon in until the end of the game. Luckily, he didn't get hurt, especially since I have him on fantasy. Thanks much. Bye-bye.
I had him on fantasy. Yeah, I don't subscribe to keeping guys in games when it doesn't matter. But
Some guys also
coaches-
want to stay in though. And
Yeah, but I don't-
get some
I don't- no.
accolade, get some bonus.
Yeah, but that's
something like
different
that.
though. That's if you're at the end of the season and you chasing something, you may want to try to accomplish that. But for the most part, I'm not with guys staying in the game that's top line dudes
Mhm.
when you're not going to win.
It's
Like,
not just the
it's-
NFL. It's just NBA too with Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
That
no, I'm not
happened.
doing that.
Yeah.
Come sit over here with me, man. Game's over. 5 minutes to go in the game. We down by 21. I get it. Anything could happen. No, I don't want to be in the fucking game. I just don't want to be in the game. And I don't want somebody else in it. Look at what happened to Chris Godwin. They were not going to
Yeah, it
win
was
that
crazy.
game. Oh, anything could have happened. Dude, you have no timeouts. It's like 30 seconds to go, and you're down by like two touchdowns and a field goal. Like, stop with the, we got to score a touchdown, get an onside kick, hit one quick shot, kick a field goal, and then
We
get
need
another
you out
onside
there
kick.
for it.
It's like, stop. But that
Right.
happens all the time in the National Football League, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate
Think
it.
it's
I hate
ego?
it.
Like just
No,
coaches'
it's just
ego?
coaches just being fucking coaches.
Mhm.
That's what they do. They just coach, and I used to hate it. Get on my nerves.
Like,
if the
Keyshawn,
game's
get
over.
it. It's 2 minutes left. You're up 3
No,
touchdowns. Get your ass.
I told Parcells one time, I said, "Man, I'm not going in. It's over. Why am I in?"
Yeah.
And he put somebody else in. I'm like,
I get
there's
it.
no point in me going in the game. We're losing. It's over. We're not gonna win. Only thing's gonna happen
Okay,
is I'm
so
gonna get
what
hurt.
if you're
I'm gonna get hurt, and then you're gonna be looking stupid. That's
well,
all that's gonna
losing?
happen.
I'm saying, what if you're if you're winning? I get, but if you're losing and there's like,
If you're winning,
then I
by
get
how much?
two or 3 touchdowns. Then it's like, okay, you
Yeah,
can
but
go.
then we run the ball and they need me to block.
Okay.
I got it.
So you think losing, you'd rather?
The game, if we're losing the games out of reach, there's no point in me being in the game for what?
But if you're winning by 3 or 4 touchdowns, there's a point
Yeah,
in you being in the game.
it depends on if we're winning by 3. Let's say we're winning by 3 touchdowns, 3
Mhm.
scores, and it's 2 minutes in the game, 3 minutes in the game. I don't need to be in the game. Put somebody else in, man. I don't need to be for what?
Yeah.
Why? That's why you got backups. The
I
backups
agree,
are
yeah.
backups for a reason.
Yeah, they still get paid. They want to. They probably want to get in.
Get them in the game, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's how I was in preseason. I'm like, dude, seriously? I don't need preseason. What do I need preseason for? So
Yeah, and
Anyway.
I remember we saw something where a coach was playing veterans that got in fights in pregame because he knew that the veterans don't want to play in pregame. Like,
the Pro Bowl. What year was this?
think it was Gerard Mayo.
90. This was 99. So the Pro Bowl in 99, Tom Coughlin was our coach. And
from the Giants.
for the Jags. No, he was the Jags head
Oh,
coach. We
Jags.
went to the Pro Bowl. I was with the Jets. This is when the Pro Bowl was a real Pro Bowl, not this bullshit that they flag and all. None of that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
This was not even when they was tackling recently.
Like
that was
Sean Taylor type.
Wait, no, we was in real Pro Bowls.
Yeah,
real
yeah.
like real football.
I got you.
So in '99, I think Jermaine Lewis was our punt returner, special teams dude. And he was voted over as a special teams, but something happened to him. And Tom Coughlin came. Now, mind you, his receiver, Jimmy Smith, was over there on the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kenny McCardell was also over there as a receiver. Myself. So he had his receivers from the Jaguars at the Pro Bowl. They made the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
I made the Pro Bowl, and whatever, a couple other people like Marvin Harrison was there with me, and I think like Rod
Just
Smith,
Marvin Harrison.
you know. And so he came to me to be the good guy returning the punts. I said, man, I'm not returning no motherfucking punts. I'm not over here for no punts. I got voted as a receiver, not as a return specialist.
He was trying to play you because of the.
I walked
accident.
away. I completely walked away. I walked away
funny.
from Tom, and he just was like, he just put his hands up in the air.
No, I get it.
Yeah, because you just.
Yeah, you're not trying to do that.
Come on, man. Stop it, man. I'm not trying to get out here and get hurt messing around.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
All right, well, that's it. I think we don't have any more calls.
That's a wrap for today's show. Remember to follow All Facts Pod on social media, all of our podcast feeds, and subscribe on YouTube. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. And no pumpkin pie, no marshmallows on top of your yams.
No breadcrumbs
No
on the mac and
breadcrumbs
cheese.
on the mac and cheese. None of that bullshit. No casseroles. None of that. If you can get collard greens, get them. If you can get them, get them. Find the store to buy them at. If you don't know how to cook them, there's got to be some Southern food restaurants around. Go order them. Trust me. Peace.